When life feels heavy, pause for this. If you've been feeling anxious, worn out, or like the weight of the world is pressing down on your shoulders, pause for a moment. This isn't just another video. This is a quiet space, created just for you, right here, right now. You've been running, thinking, overthinking, trying to manage it all. Maybe your mind has been racing since the moment you woke up, or maybe sleep never really came last night because your heart wouldn't settle. You've been trying to hold it all together, smiling for others, showing up, doing your best, but deep down, you're tired. And not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, tired in places words don't reach. If that sounds familiar, then just know, you're not the only one who feels this way. And more importantly, you're not meant to carry this weight alone. Right now, I want to invite you to pause. Just for a few minutes. Breathe in, and slowly let it out. Feel your chest rise, and then fall, like waves returning to shore. The world can wait. The to-do lists, the unanswered messages, the responsibilities, they'll still be there when you're ready. But right now, your heart, your mind, your soul, needs something else. It needs peace. It needs comfort. It needs the reminder that you're not alone in this. Sometimes, in moments like this, we forget that Jesus is near. Not just in the church services, or the quiet devotional times, but here, right now, with you. In this room, in this moment, as you listen. He sees you. He knows exactly how long you've been holding on, how many nights you've cried in silence, how often you've told yourself to just push through. He's heard every whispered prayer, even the ones that never made it past your tears. And here's the beautiful truth. He doesn't ask you to have it all together. He's not waiting for you to be stronger, or more positive, or less anxious before he steps in. His love comes to you, exactly as you are, in the middle of the mess, in the confusion, in the questions, even in the frustration. Jesus isn't distant. He isn't looking at you with disappointment. He's near, closer than your next breath, holding your heart, understanding what words can't express. So, breathe again. Slowly, deeply, with intention. Let this moment be one of surrender. Imagine yourself laying down every heavy thought, every fear about tomorrow, every regret from yesterday, right at his feet. He's strong enough to carry it all, and gentle enough to hold you in the process. His love isn't impatient. His care isn't rushed. He knows how to calm the storms inside you, even the ones you don't talk about. You're allowed to rest here for a while. You don't have to jump to the next thing. You don't have to figure out solutions right now. This is your pause. Your reminder that you are seen, loved, and deeply cared for. The God who created the stars, who commands the oceans, who knows every detail of this vast universe, also knows every detail of your heart. And he's not leaving you to handle this on your own. So as you sit here, as you listen, let his love surround you. Let his peace begin to soften the tight places in your chest. Let his presence fill the quiet space around you, reminding you, you're not walking through this season by yourself. He's with you, right here, in this very moment. And he's not going anywhere. Always near, always present. There's a kind of love this world struggles to offer, a love that stays, that doesn't shift with moods, or disappear when things get hard. It's not the kind of love that gets impatient when you're struggling, or grows distant when you're not at your best. It's not the love that says, come back when you're stronger, or I'll be here when you figure things out. No, this love is steady, unfailing, and constant through every high and low. This love is the love of Jesus. His love doesn't get tired of you. Not after your bad days. Not after your moments of doubt. Not after the times you've broken promises, or lost hope, or wondered if he's still listening. The truth is, he's never stopped loving you. Not for 1 second. Even when you've questioned his nearness, even when you've wondered why certain prayers haven't been answered, even when your faith has felt paper thin. He's stayed. Right there. Closer than you realize. Jesus sees what no one else sees. The tears that fall late at night, when the world is asleep and you're left alone with your thoughts. He sees them. The moments when you smile on the outside, but on the inside, you feel like you're barely holding it together. He knows. The silent prayers, the ones you whisper while staring at the ceiling, the ones that come out more like sighs than words. He hears every single one. And the beautiful thing is, he's not scared off by your pain. Your brokenness doesn't make him flinch. Your doubts don't make him withdraw. Instead, he moves closer. He leans in. He wraps his love around you like a warm, weighted blanket for your soul, grounding you, reminding you that you're never as alone as you feel. Maybe you've been wondering if he's still there. If he still cares. If he's still listening after all this time. The answer, without hesitation, is yes. 1,000 times yes. His love isn't based on how strong your faith feels today, or how perfect your prayers sound, or how well you've been performing. His love for you is based on who he is. And who he is faithful. Kind. Gentle. Near. He's the kind of Savior who sits with you in the waiting rooms of life, when answers don't come quickly, and peace feels distant. He's the one who stays by your side when friends drift away, when the text messages stop, when you feel forgotten by everyone else. He stays, because that's what perfect love does. It doesn't walk away when things get messy. It moves closer. It holds tighter. Jesus knows the story you're living right now, the parts you've shared with others, and the parts you've kept hidden. And still, his love doesn't hesitate. He's not just near you when you're worshiping, or when life feels easy. He's near, right now, in the uncertainty, in the fear, in the exhaustion. So let this settle deep in your heart today. You don't have to earn his nearness. You don't have to work for his love. You don't have to hide your weakness or pretend to be okay. Jesus loves you, right here, right now, just as you are. And he's staying. Through the long nights, the hard conversations, the moments of silence, and the chapters that don't make sense yet. His love is holding you, steady and sure. Always near, always present, and always more than enough. Let go of what you're holding so tightly. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we hold on so tightly. We clutch at control, like if we just try a little harder, plan a little more, stay up a little later thinking through every possibility, maybe, just maybe, we can hold everything together. We try to manage every outcome, protect ourselves from every disappointment, fix every problem before it grows. But deep down, it's exhausting. And even though we pretend we've got it handled, our hearts tell a different story. The anxiety builds, like a knot in your chest that won't loosen, no matter how many deep breaths you take. The what-ifs, they keep circling, making your mind race faster and faster. What if this happens? What if that doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if things never get better? And so, we grip tighter, thinking control is the answer, but instead, it becomes the very thing that's stealing our peace. We hold on to the past too, don't we? The regrets, the things we wish we'd done differently, the words we wish we hadn't said, the moments we replay over and over, hoping somehow we can rewrite them. But the past stays where it is, and dragging it around only makes today feel heavier than it needs to be. Then there's the future, full of unknowns, full of uncertainties. And let's be honest, we like knowing what's coming next. We want guarantees. We want clear paths, and easy answers. But life rarely works that way. And the more we try to control tomorrow, the more we lose our ability to breathe in today. But here's the beautiful invitation, whispered by Jesus, right here, right now. Give it to me. Those 4 simple words, full of mercy, full of love, full of relief. You weren't designed to carry this all by yourself. You weren't created to shoulder the weight of the world. That job has never been yours. And Jesus, in his kindness, is reminding you, you don't have to live this way anymore. He's not asking you to solve it all. He's not waiting for you to figure it out first, before coming to him. He's simply saying, let it go. The worry, the fear, the regret, the control, hand it over. Lay it down. Trust that he's strong enough to carry what's breaking you. Trust that he's loving enough to handle the fragile parts of your heart. And I know, letting go can feel scary. It feels vulnerable. Like releasing your grip means you might fall apart. But here's the truth, you're not letting go into emptiness. You're letting go, into his hands. The safest, strongest, most capable hands there are. The hands that calmed the sea, that healed the broken, that reached out to rescue Peter when he sank beneath the waves, those same hands, are reaching for you now. So, breathe again. Unclench your fists. Relax your shoulders. Let the weight slide off, little by little, as you release it to him. Every anxious thought, every fear about what's next, every burden you've been dragging behind you, let him take it. He's already promised. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about trusting that even when things aren't fine, he's holding you, and he's holding the outcome. You don't have to hold it all together anymore. Let him hold you instead. Let him hold the weight, so your heart can finally breathe again. You don't have to understand everything to trust him. Life doesn't always make sense, does it? Sometimes things happen that leave us confused, questioning, even heartbroken. Plans you were so sure about suddenly fall apart, doors you prayed would open stay closed, and no matter how many times you replay the situation in your mind, the answers just don't come. You wonder why things had to happen this way, why the timing didn't line up, why certain prayers still feel unanswered. And in those moments, when nothing around you seems to add up, trusting God can feel like the hardest thing to do. We want clarity. We want reasons. We want to understand the full picture, so we can feel safe, so we can prepare, so we can know that everything will turn out okay. But faith, real faith, often asks us to trust, even when the picture feels incomplete. It asks us to believe, even when the road ahead is foggy, and the map seems blank. Maybe you're in that place right now. Staring at closed doors, wondering if you took a wrong turn, or if God is even listening. You've tried to stay positive, you've tried to hold on, but deep down, you're tired of waiting, tired of hoping for something you can't see. And it's okay to admit that. It's okay to acknowledge that this doesn't make sense to you. God isn't asking you to deny your feelings. He just wants you to trust that his perspective is bigger than yours. Jesus sees the entire story, not just this chapter you're in. He knows the beginning, the middle, and the ending that's still unfolding. While you're focused on this one moment of confusion, he's already working behind the scenes, putting pieces together in ways you can't imagine yet. He's aligning things for your good, opening doors you don't even know you'll need, and closing others to protect you from things you can't see coming. You see, his love doesn't depend on how clearly you understand the path. His faithfulness isn't measured by how smooth your journey feels. God's plans are often built in the unseen, in the quiet places, in the spaces where trust is stretched and faith grows deep. Think about it, some of the greatest moments of breakthrough in life often come after the longest seasons of silence and waiting. The very things you're questioning today might be the things you'll thank him for tomorrow, when you look back and realize how he was weaving everything together, even when you couldn't see it. So for now, while the answers remain hidden, while the why still lingers, you can rest in this truth: Jesus knows. He knows the fears you don't voice out loud. He knows the moments you've sat in your car, fighting back tears, wondering if things will ever change. He knows the dreams you've buried, the prayers you've whispered, the faith that feels so small right now. And even in all that, He's still working. Even now. Even in this. For your good. For His glory. For a purpose bigger than this moment. So breathe. Exhale the questions, and inhale His peace. You don't have to understand everything to trust Him. You just have to lean into the one who already knows how this story ends, and who's promised to walk with you, every single step of the way. Rest isn't earned. It's given. Somewhere along the way, many of us started believing that rest, real, soul-deep rest, had to be earned. That we had to prove ourselves worthy of it. That we had to check every box, meet every expectation, and hold it all together before we were allowed to pause, to breathe, to let go. Maybe you felt that pressure too. The constant voice in your mind saying, just keep going, just do a little more, then you can rest. But the truth is, that's never how Jesus intended it to be. His love isn't a reward for perfect performance. His approval isn't something you unlock after doing enough good things, or being strong enough, or having enough faith. The heart of Jesus beats with compassion, with kindness, with an invitation that sounds more like this: come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest. Notice that He doesn't say, come to me after you've figured everything out. He doesn't say, come when you're less broken, less anxious, less full of doubt. No. He says, come as you are, tired, worn out, burdened, confused, and I will give you rest. His rest is a gift. Freely given. Not something you have to earn. Not something you have to deserve. Just something you need to receive. And yet, how often do we resist it? How often do we tell ourselves we don't have time to slow down, that we can't afford to stop, that resting feels lazy, or selfish, or unproductive? But Jesus looks at you, at the weight you're carrying, the pace you're pushing, and with tender eyes and open arms. He says, you don't have to live this way anymore. This kind of rest isn't just physical. It's deeper. It's rest for your mind that's been running in circles. It's rest for your heart that's been aching under pressure. It's rest for your soul that's been stretched too thin, trying to do life in your own strength. Jesus invites you to lay it all down. The expectations you've placed on yourself, the guilt you carry for not being able to do it all, the fear that if you stop, everything will fall apart. Let it go. Let Him hold it. Rest, not because everything is finished, but because He is enough. This isn't about avoiding responsibility, or ignoring what needs to get done. It's about remembering that your worth, your value, your identity, is not tied to how productive you are. It's tied to who you belong to. And you belong to a God who values your heart, your well-being, your peace, far more than your performance. So right now, in this very moment, take a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tension leave your body. Let His word settle over you like a soft blanket. Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest. No conditions. No checklist. Just open arms, waiting for you. Rest isn't earned. It's given. And today, it's yours to receive. Be still and know. In the middle of all the noise, the rushing, the constant demands pulling at your attention, there's a quiet invitation waiting for you. It's easy to miss, drowned out by the notifications, the deadlines, the worries that seem to pile up faster than you can handle them. Your mind jumps from one thought to the next, replaying conversations, planning for tomorrow, bracing for what might go wrong. And somewhere in all of that, your heart grows tired, your soul feels restless, and peace feels like something just out of reach. But then, in the middle of it all, comes a whisper. Gentle. Steady. Unchanging. Be still, and know that I am God. Not. Figure it all out. Not. Worry a little more and maybe it will get better. Not. Do more, be more, fix more. Just, be still. Those two simple words hold so much power. They're not a scolding. They're not a demand for perfection. They're an invitation. An open door into the presence of the one who already knows the details, already sees the outcome, already holds the answers you've been looking for. Being still doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean pretending your problems aren't real. It simply means letting go of the frantic need to control, and choosing instead to trust. Trust that God is who He says He is. Trust that He's working, even in the silence. Trust that you don't have to carry this alone. Let His love start to fill those anxious spaces inside you. The parts of your heart that have been clenched tight with worry, the racing thoughts that won't quiet down, the heavy questions that linger in the back of your mind, let them rest, at least for this moment. Let peace begin to settle, not just on the surface, but deeper, underneath the fear, underneath the uncertainty, right where you need it most. Maybe being still feels unnatural to you. Maybe you're used to doing, fixing, striving, solving. But God isn't asking you to bring solutions. He's asking you to bring yourself. To come, as you are, with all your questions, with all your doubts, with all your weariness. And just be still in His presence. There, in the stillness, you'll find something you've been longing for. Reassurance that you're not forgotten. Comfort that you're seen and known. Strength that doesn't come from your own effort, but from leaning on Him. And peace, the kind that reaches further than fear ever could. So right now, let yourself pause. Even if it feels uncomfortable. Even if your mind keeps trying to race ahead. Take a breath, and then another. Let the noise fade into the background, just for a little while. Let God be God, and let your soul, simply, rest. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to fix everything before you can breathe again. He's here, with you, in this moment. Whispering again. Be still, and know that I am God. You're held. Even now. So right now, in this very moment, pause with me. Let the world spin outside, let the noise fade for just a little while, and come back to this simple truth: you are held. Really held. Not just in a poetic sense, not just as an idea, but in a very real, very present, very tender way. The God who formed the heavens, who spoke creation into being, is holding you. Your heart. Your mind. Your story. Every fragile piece you've been trying to hold together on your own, rests safely in His hands. Take a deep breath, and let your shoulders relax. Feel the tension begin to loosen, the kind you've been carrying for far too long. The worries about tomorrow, the regrets from yesterday, the questions that feel unanswered, they can wait. Right now, you're invited to simply breathe, and let yourself sink into the security of His love. You don't have to prove anything to Him. You don't have to earn this moment of peace. You don't have to explain why you're tired, or why your faith feels thin, or why your heart feels a little fragile today. He already knows. And still, He holds you. Without hesitation. Without condition. Without expecting you to clean yourself up first. You are loved, in the middle of the mess, in the middle of the questions, in the middle of your process. Loved when you feel strong, and loved when you feel like you're barely holding on. Loved when you believe with full confidence, and loved when all you have left is a whispered prayer that barely forms words. And here's the promise that makes all the difference. You can trust Him. Trust the one who knows every part of you, and loves you still. Trust the one who sees the road ahead, even when you can't. Trust the one who has never, not for a single moment, let you go. So, slow your breathing. Let peace settle over you like a soft blanket, wrapping around every anxious thought, every restless corner of your mind. Let it sink deep, beyond the fear, beneath the overthinking, past the what-ifs and the unknowns. You are held. You are safe. You are loved by a God who isn't going anywhere. Right here, in this very moment. He's with you. holding you steady, holding you close, holding you, even now. A short prayer over the listener. Jesus, for the one listening right now, I ask that you meet them in this very moment. Quiet their restless thoughts, the ones that keep circling, the ones that make it hard to breathe, the ones that steal their peace. Let your calming love, like a gentle wave, wash over their heart, over their mind, over every anxious space inside them. Let them feel you near, not just as an idea, but as a real, present, steady comfort. Hold them close, Lord, like only you can. Let them sense your arms around them, wrapping them in safety, in peace, in hope. Remind them, they're not alone in this. Not now. Not ever. You're right here, holding them, speaking peace over them, loving them through the questions, the fear, the waiting. Thank you for being the God who stays, the God who carries, the God who never lets go. Right now, let their heart rest in that truth. You're holding them, even now. Amen.